Today I made an asparagus and filet mignon dinner, and you're probably wondering how I did that. You can hear my puppy whining. I think she wants some of the filet mignon. So I'll take you through step by step on how to make this and how to make it quick and easy. Now in the insignia we have 4 filet mignons. These filet mignons were cut at 2 inches, and we're going to be putting them in for 9 minutes, then flipping them, and then putting them in for another 9 minutes at 400 degrees. Let's see how they turn out. Along with the filet mignons, I'll be cooking asparagus. I added garlic and some onion powder on top. I drizzled them with olive oil, and I'm going to add a little bit of water so it gives that little bit of steam as I cook them. I'm going to cook them on medium, and as I cook, I'm going to test them with a fork. As long as the fork can stab through them, then I know they're done. You'll see as I go. The asparagus is sizzling. That water helps to create a steam, and in a few more minutes you're going to see them get a bright green. They're almost there, and you'll see me stab them with a fork, and we'll test them to make sure it stabs through. Now we're going to test the asparagus. It's been about 5 minutes. I'm stabbing it with a fork. I have to put a bit of force in. It did stab through, but I'm going to give it a little bit more time. Oh, what was that? Let's come over to our air fryer. Oh my goodness. So these are the filet mignons. They've been in for 9 minutes. And on the outside, they look a little crisp. But you can still see they're a little bit raw on the inside. You can see those cracks. So we'll continue cooking, but we might put a little flip on this. So continue watching. So we took our filet mignons out, but what are we putting in? Oh no. That's right, we are putting bacon in with our filet mignons. So we're gonna get those in. Now the question is, are we? Yes, we are. We are gonna fry them first, and we are setting it for how many minutes did you? For 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's keep watching. You saw the asparagus sizzling a little bit earlier. Now I turned it down to a low temperature, and I'm going to be adding some pepper. Of course, to make it pepper, but I always love pepper, so that's why I'm adding that. And I'm going to give it a little bit more time to cook. I'll show you right now. If I give it a little fork stab test, it stabs in really easy, which this is how I prefer. I prefer asparagus to have just that little bit of crunch, but to others, you can cook it a little bit more. But be careful, if you overcook asparagus, then you create a really stringy asparagus, and that's what I don't prefer, but others do prefer that. So I'm going to let this sit a little bit longer. And oh, let's look over here. We already took our bacon out, or not bacon out, but turned the bacon off, and you can see we cooked it about halfway, and we'll be taking that out and wrapping it with our filet mignons. And now the puppy is licking some of the bacon grease that may have dripped on the floor. Now we're wrapping the bacon around the filet mignon. This is number 2. We've already finished number 1. These filet mignon pieces are a little bit on the bigger side, so the bacon doesn't quite wrap around. So we're using two toothpicks, but it's not too big of a deal. But it does look awesome. It's just rich. Make your mouth water. Number 1. Second toothpick. There's our last air fryer. Let's continue. There's number 1. Number 2. Those look heavenly. Number 3. We will put these back in for 9 minutes at 400 degrees. I'm going to take a look back at the asparagus. It's looking good. I'm going to take a fork. Again, I'm going to do the little stab test. Wow, that was much, much softer. Oh yeah. Stabs in nice and easy. Okay, while we're waiting for the filet mignons, I'm just going to let this sit on warm and wait for our filet mignons to come out. So excited. Do you hear the sizzling in there? It's so close to making that bing sound. Come on, let's hear the bells set off. Come on, come on. We're so close. It's ticking. It's ticking. We are so close. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yay! Woohoo! Let's see what we got. And here it comes. Oh my goodness! Oh, that looks so good. Oh. I am so excited. Alright, the rule of all filet mignons is you have to let them rest. I think it's for a few minutes. Like, I think you let them rest for a little bit, then you cut them. And I think you let them rest because you want them to cool down and not all the juices flow out at once. So we'll take these out and let them rest. So I'll show you them on the plate and torture you a little bit more. Here are our filet mignons, and the next thing we're going to go into is sweet potatoes. So let me show you that. At the supermarket, I picked up frozen sweet potatoes pre-chopped into a little cube size. So 1 bag fits perfectly in the air fryer. I'm going to take these and drizzle a little bit of olive oil, put a little bit of seasonings on, and then we're gonna cook them for 20 minutes at 400 degrees. But there's a catch. I don't have to put the olive oil in because I had bacon grease in here earlier. So the bacon grease will help cook the sweet potatoes and give a great taste. Now your next question is, what does the inside look like? Now remember, we did 9 minutes on one side, flipped it, 9 minutes on the other side. Let's see how it turned out. Now we didn't let it sit for the 5 minutes. We were a little anxious and we want to see what the inside looks like. So let's take a look. That looks like a medium rare. Maybe a little bit on, I would say, yeah, that's a medium rare. So that is actually my favorite way, medium rare, to enjoy a steak. But if you prefer it a little bit more well done, just add a few minutes on each side. Let's take a look at our sweet potatoes. Ooh, they look awesome. Let me grab my fork. Hold on, I'm gonna reach away really quick. Grab the fork. Let's find this one in the center. Ooh, that's perfect. Stabs. But yeah, it stabs through perfectly. These are ready to eat. We're just gonna add a little bit of butter and a little bit of our favorite seasonings, stir them together, and they are ready to serve. I was able to detach the tray. I'm gonna bring it over and just pour it in. Oh. So we lost a few on the ground. We'll pick them up soon so the puppy dog doesn't get them. Alright, there's a few stuck at the top, but we'll scrape those out, and I'll show you the butter with some spices. So I added a teaspoon of butter that was only to coat them, and we added some Himalayan pink salt. It's up to you, you can use regular salt too. Then I'm also going to do a little dash of onion powder, and then my favorite is garlic powder, but you can choose whatever spices you enjoy. So here's everything I showed you. Unfortunately, I did dig into the asparagus and the filet mignon, which still is delicious, and adding that little bit of butter with some spices made the sweet potatoes heavenly. Definitely comment at the bottom what you think or what you have done with this recipe, and look forward to more. Subscribe, and have a great day.